Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. And it's another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday, and I am reviewing The New Danger by Mos Def. Yes, so let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. So The New Danger is Mos Def's second studio album, or his second solo studio album that is. And it's obviously the follow-up to his breakthrough solo effort, Black on Both Sides, which came out 5 years prior. So with this one, he devoted more time into his film and stage career after he did Black on Both Sides, rather. So The New Danger was released on October 12, 2004. So at that point, I was 2 years into my college career, and the Pistons won an NBA championship. So this was like 2 months after, no, not 2 months, 4 months after that, rather. A very good year, if I do say so myself. So The New Danger got mixed reviews and eventually sold around or over 513,000 copies. So this album was done under Rawkus and Geffen Records. So at this point, Rawkus was bought by Geffen. So there you go with that. And the producers involved was Mos Def himself, which I will point out as we go along with this review. Also, we got Easy Mo B, Kanye West. Yes, Kanye was involved in this joint. 88 Keys, Minnesota, Warren Campbell, Psycho Les. Anybody else? Did I say Molecules? No, I did not. Molecules, Raphael Sadiq. I hope I said that name correctly. And even though it's not listed on here, I'm gonna throw in The Alchemist, and I'll explain why later. So, moving on here, this album also features contributions from Mos Def's rock musical project Black Jack Johnson, which was named after boxing champion Jack Johnson, and consists of guitarist Dr. No, keyboardist Bernie Worrell, bassist Doug Wimbish, and drummer Will Calhoun. So there you go with that. Now I have no clue exactly when they started recording for this, because there's a 5-year gap between Black on Both Sides, which came out in 1999, and which I reviewed way back in the day, a while back rather, and this album. So there's a 5-year gap between these two albums. Now before I move on with the track, let me give out some charts regarding this album. It finished 103rd in the French album charts, 50th in the Swiss album charts, 56th in the UK album charts, number 5 on the US Billboard 200, number 2 in the US Billboard Top R&B/Hip Hop albums, and number 1 in the US Billboard Top Rap albums. So, yeah, there you go with that. I was kind of shocked at those charts, but yet it did not get a certification of any kind. It did not get gold or platinum or diamond, anything like that. In fact, the only Mos Def solo album that got a certification was his first one, Black on Both Sides, which got gold. So, yeah, there you go with that. And that's it for the chart. This might be, as far as charts wise, this might be his best one. Charts wise, that is. So, yeah, let's get on with the tracks. So, there's a grand total of 18 tracks. Now, if you got the UK edition, then you got a bonus track, which is called The Jump Off, featuring Ludacris. And I wonder what that one's like. So you're probably thinking Joe Buttons, who knows? I haven't listened to it. I don't have the UK version, and that's not the one I'm reviewing. I'm reviewing the original joint. In the original joint, there's 18 tracks. There's no skits, for the most part. There's no skits. So I can only give you a top 5, not a top 3. Why I say only? But anyway, let's get on with the tracks. The first track is called The Boogeyman Song. Now, at the beginning of some of the songs on this album, you will hear Mos Def say, Boogeyman, Boogeyman, Boogeyman. Like, he'll say that at the beginning of some of these tracks. It's kind of interesting, I guess. Next, and that one was produced by Mos Def and Raphael Sadiq. Again, I hope I said that name correctly. The next track is called Freaky Black Greetings, produced by Mos Def, followed by Ghetto Rock, which was produced by Minnesota. Next, oh my guys, I'm gonna butcher this title. Track number 4 is Zim Zalabim. That one was produced by Easy Mo B and Mos Def, followed by The Rape Over, produced by Kanye West. So you're probably thinking, wait a minute, The Rape Over? That sounds like The Takeover. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's The Takeover. Now, granted, Mos Def does not diss anybody, but he just spit his bars over the Takeover beat, which was produced by Kanye West. So there you go with that. Track number 6 is called Blue Black Jack, featuring, I'm gonna butcher this name right here, Shuggy Otis. Oh, actually, I think I got it right. And that one was produced by Minnesota. Followed by, let me see if I got this pronunciation correctly. It is Bed-Stuy Parade and Funeral March. So Bedstuy, Bed-Stuy. That's how I pronounce it. I heard it in the song, so I'm rolling with it. And that one featuring Paul Oscar. And that one was produced by Mos Def. Track number 8 is called Sex, Love, and Money, produced by Warren Campbell. That's actually one of the singles. There's 4 singles off this album. I was unaware that this album even had a single, to be honest with you. I crap you not. Track number 9 is called Sunshine, which was produced by Kanye West, and that's another single. Followed by Close Edge, and then oh my god, track number 11. Ooh. Track number 11, which is also produced by Minnesota. I'm gonna need a moment. Track number 11 is called The Panties. And I'm not acting like this because of the title. I'm acting like that because of the song itself. I will get more into that later. I'm not gonna spoil it. Track number 12 is called War, which is produced by Mos Def and Psycho Les. Followed by Grown Man Business, and in parentheses, Fresh Vintage Bottles, produced by Minnesota, featuring Minnesota. And oh my gosh. Track number 14. Again, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's called Modern Marvel, produced by Minnesota. Followed by Life is Real, produced by Molecules. Then the next 2 tracks are produced by Mos Def himself. Track number 16 is called The Easy Spell, followed by The Beggar, featuring again Paul Oscar. And then track number 18, called Champion Requiem, produced by 88 Keys. So, like I said, there's a grand total of 4 singles off of this album. So, we're gonna get on with these singles, but that's not true. Only 2 of them made it on the charts. So we're gonna get to them right now. The first one we're gonna get into is Sex, Love, and Money. I said that like that on purpose because that's how it is presenting the song. And it's the leading single for this album. It came out September 28, 2004. There was a music video for this. I have no clue about that. And it was nominated for a Grammy Award and reached the Billboard's, the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts. So, let's look at those charts. I didn't know there was a music video for that. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to look that up. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I don't know if I want to look that video up or not. But anywho, it was number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 and 90th in the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs. That's it. So the next single off of this is called Close Edge, and not much info on that. And it was 44th on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and that's it, chart rise. And the next 2 singles did not make it on the charts at all. They're called Ghetto Rock and Sunshine. Sunshine came out 2005. I'm assuming Close Edge came out after Sex, Love, and Money, so we talking October, November. And Ghetto Rock came out after that, so we talking either November or December. And Sunshine came out after that in 2005, sometime in 2005. We don't know. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let me get on with my favorite track off of this album from the bottom on up. Now then, the worst track off this album is called Blue Black Jack. So basically, just about anything produced by Mos Def isn't exactly good, in my opinion, rather. So Blue Black Jack actually was not produced by. It was produced by Minnesota, which is kind of shocking, considering the top 3 tracks off of this album was all produced. No, not the top 3. The top 2 actually was produced by him. So that's pretty interesting. And let me see about the 5th best track off this album. No, not that one. So the top 2 tracks rather were produced by Minnesota, and yeah, he produced the worst track off this album. Blue Black Jack, it got somewhat of a country theme. It's like da 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 da, and I don't do country, even though I want to give it another chance to see. Oh, you gonna hurt? I ain't gonna get into it, but I want to give country music another chance. I want to listen to it, and hopefully it can change my opinion on it. But at this point in time, I'm not a big country music fan. So when I hear something like this on a rap/hip hop album, or in this case, this is a hip hop album, really, it kind of makes me cringe. So there you go with that. Next up is Ghetto Rock. So, And this one was also produced by Minnesota, the second worst track off this album, which is pretty funny. And no, let me clear the slate right now. I do not hate rock music. I actually like it, you know, unless they're getting all demonic and God hate and whatever. Then it's like, no, I can't listen to that crap. But rock, yeah, I have no problem with rock. I actually listen to rock, you know, things of that nature. That's another story for another day. Actually, that's another idea. But we get more on that later. But yeah, ghetto rock on here, no. Next up is the Easy Spell. And this is, again, got like a little bit of a rock theme to it. And the Easy Spell was produced by Mos Def. Finally, we get to something produced by Mos Def. Next up is Bed-Stuy Parade and Funeral March. And this one is another one of those country themes type of beats or whatever. And the lyrics don't appear until the middle of the song. And this one is produced by, you guessed it, Mos Def himself. So with those are the 4 worst tracks off this album. So let's get on to some of the decent tracks. So we got War, which was okay. Sex, Love, and Money was completely okay. And Freaky Black Greetings, where we have rock guitars, or guitars rather, but they were used decently. And that one was produced by Mos Def rather. War was produced by Mos Def, but also involved Psycho Les. And Sex, Love, and Money, not produced by Mos Def. Now we get to some of the more pretty good tracks. The Boogeyman song was pretty good. The Beggar was unique because of the drums, but it was mellow. So it was actually cool. I need to listen to that more. I'm like, wow, I need to give this track a chance. It was actually decent. So there you go with that. Next up is Life is Real, followed by The Rape Over. The Rape Over. Wow, okay. And then we got Grown Man Business, and in parentheses, Fresh Vintage Bottles. Now, here's the thing with this track. It features Minnesota, and if you were to look this up on Wikipedia, it would say that it was produced by Minnesota. However, this beat was basically taken from No Ideas original which was done by Nas, and it appeared on the Lost Tapes, and it was on the limited edition of Stillmatic, and it was produced by The Alchemist. That's why I said The Alchemist was somewhere involved with this album, The New Danger, because he originally produced this one. Also, this beat apparently was used by so many other artists. It's crazy. Like, for example, if the page will load up, this song, well, aside from, you know, everybody got their own version, No Ideas original, like, for example, MF Doom. But that beat apparently was used by, or not the beat, but the sample. Well, yeah, the sample was used by other people like Sean Price. He did a song called Shut the Fuck Up. And Blockhead, he did a song called Cherry Picker. So apparently they used the sample that was used to make this beat. But as far as like the actual beat from start to finish, I don't know, outside of Nas, since he was the originator, since his came out in 2002, if memory serves me correctly, with his No Ideas original. Yeah, 2002. And this song, or this album came out in 2004. But granted, again, there's a 5-year gap between Black on Both Sides and The New Danger. So who knows? Maybe Nas stole it from Mos Def. Maybe Minnesota produced this beat, but I doubt it. It sounds like an Alchemist beat to me. But yeah, there you go with that. We ain't gonna get into that any further. So, and then of course we got Close Edge, which is another good track right there. And actually that's another one I need to listen to over again. Now, let's get on with the top 5. Number 5 is Sunshine, which was produced by Kanye West. This one was actually pretty cool. I recommend listening to that one. That one's really dope. Now, the 4th best track off this album is Zabim. Guitars was involved with this one. However, even though Mos Def produced this one, this was actually his best one that he produced. Now, this also involved Easy Moby as well. And the guitars were used nicely. It's got like a little battle theme to it. Like you about to go into a battle. Like, this was an anime and somebody was to use this beat to emphasis a battle. It would fit nicely. It's actually pretty cool. 3rd best track off this album is Champion Requiem. It's a light-hearted hype joint, and it just so happens to be one of my favorite tracks, without question. Now, let me get to number 2, and I'm have to be sentimental here. The 2nd best track off this album is The Panties. When you hear this joint, I'm letting you know right now, this is one of the most underrated love songs ever. Like, this is like, if you were to freak dance to a song, this would be it. Dog, this would be it, man. He'll break it down like, baby, slow down, just take your time. You and me gonna be here for a while, okay. And he'll sing that song part over and over again, and then he'll add on to it like, I got so much that I want to do, but I can show you better than I can say. It is so dope, man. And then the beat picks up too. Woo, that joint, man. Like, you do, like, man, if I catch a female in my crib, dog, I'm playing this joint right here, dog. That's all I'm saying, dog. And yeah, it's the second best track off this album. It's the second best track off this album. And like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite slow jams right here, though. It's extremely dope. And yeah, it's the second best track off this album. Which leads you to ask me, what is the best track off this album? Modern Marvel. Oh my gosh. Now, you heard me talk about battle themes with that Zim Zalabim track. Dog, if you want the ultimate transformation track, where the main hero go through a metamorphosis, like a life-changing event just occurred, and he had to process it, all of it, and it led him to get angry, and he just transformed into this godlike being. This is the track right here. This joint is dope as heck. Not to mention it samples one of my all-time favorites, Marvin Gaye right here, dog. And this is one of my all-time favorite tracks right here, dog. And this track is long as heck too. It's 9 minutes and 19 seconds long, but every millisecond of this track is worth listening to. This is Mos Def's best track ever, with the Pennies in very close second. And that's saying something, because Black on Both Sides, his debut album, was his best album ever. But yet, none of the tracks on that album can compare to Modern Marvel and The Panties. Those two are his two best tracks ever. Therefore, those two are his two best tracks off of this album, with Modern Marvel leading the way. That track is so freaking epic. I cannot express to you how freaking epic that track is. Really, how freaking epic both of them are. But I have to give the nod to Modern Marvel, because even though both Modern Marvel and The Panties put you in moods, they put you in completely different moods. The Panties make you want to have sex with somebody, while Modern Marvel is like, oh shit, something about to go down. Like, he about to transform to something epic. Like, once he clears his mind and that anger, like, it's just hard to explain. You just have to listen to it for yourself, man. You just have to listen to it for yourself, man. Modern Marvel, the best track Mos Def had ever done, with The Pennies in close second. There you go with that. Now, with the venting and the ranting and the expressing of emotions out of the way, let's get on to some professional reviews. AllMusic gave this album a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Blender gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a C+. The Independent gave it 5 out of 5 stars. NME gave it 7 out of 10. Pitchfork gave it 5.4 out of 10. Q gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Rolling Stones gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Spin gave it B. And The Village Voice gave it an A-. And I don't want to read any of the comments, so I'm going to ignore the comments. And we just going to go straight into it. True Inferno, what do you think about this album? Well, I already explained that Black on Both Sides, his debut album, was Mos Def's best album ever. And I won't go that far as like one of the greatest albums of all time. Like, I would say it's underrated in discussion, but I would say it'd be like a step or two behind. But that's another story for another day. And that's another story I probably mentioned when I actually reviewed the album. Now, regarding this album, I heard, because he only came out with 4 albums, and he have a 5th one coming out this year, actually. So I heard all 4 of his albums. Either I heard it or I got it. It's, like, I bought the physical copies of Black on Both Sides and The New Danger, and I think I did so with True Magic, but when it comes to Ecstatic, I actually downloaded it. But The New Danger is his second best album. It really is. And I'm gonna give this one, that's a tough one. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, and here's why. The good outweighed the bad, and there was a number of bad in here. So Bed Stud, Parade, and Funeral March was bad. The Easy Spell was bad, Ghetto Rock was bad, and Blue Black Jack was the worst off this album. But they had Zalabim, which was really good, Sunshine, which was pretty cool, Champion Requiem, which was one of my favorites, The Panties, and Modern Marble. I do not want to get back on those two. I really don't. So those 4 tracks outraised the 4 tracks I mentioned prior. And then everything in between was either, oh, okay, that was pretty good, or, oh, I need to give this a shot, or, it was decent. So if I'm gonna let you know right now, if those 4 tracks, like the 4 bottom tracks, was not on this album and they were replaced with something that was decent or good, this would be a 4.5 out of 5. Like the top 5 carries this album. Yeah, it got a little bit of assistance from the likes of Close Edge, Grown Man Business, and The Rape Over, for example, and the Beggar and Life Is Real. But those 5 songs, the top 5 off this album, carry this album in my opinion. So that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. And what would I recommend you download it. You download it for free and you keep it because of those songs I mentioned, Modern Marble, The Pennies, and I'm gonna throw in Champion Requiem in there as well, because those 3 are my almost my favorites. And Zalabim is really good too. So yeah, I recommend you download it, you keep it. Obviously you download it for free, you don't pay for it. You download it for free, you keep it, and it's a 4 out of 5. So yeah, there you go with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh!